Hello, Booktube. It's Louise, the big head bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing. Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with Gary, and we wondered whether you would like to see the latest additions to my Agatha Christie library. I know, exciting times. So, if you're new here, hello, my name's Louise and I'm the big head bookworm, and I come on the YouTubes every Friday and do Friday reads where I talk about things that I have read recently in the last week and what I'm planning on reading, etc. I also come on the YouTubes and talk about my love of the Queen of Crime, Dame Agatha Christie. In particular, I talk about my love of a particular imprint's editions of the Agatha Christie crime novels, which were published in the early 1980s. So from 1981 until I think the latest I have is 1987. And they have a particular cover design called the foxtail designs. To begin with, I think they were designed by Tom Adams, and then it's Martin Baker who takes over from Tom Adams. I started collecting these. I've been picking them up over the last couple of years, but I really started collecting them in the last year or so in earnest. I began my collection by the ones that I inherited from my mum and dad. They are the books that I remember reading in the 1980s when I first started reading Agatha Christie, so they are familiar to me, and I love the designs. I love the designs for their bright colours, their I would say the vast majority of them do have some kind of connection to the story. They're not completely random. I love the fact that they, on first glance, can look quite garish and whimsical, but when you look at them closer, there's a bit of horror. And I like that. I like the touch of horror that these covers have. So I've collected, I think I've got about around 50 at the moment. Not all of the Agatha Christie novels were under the Fontana imprint. It was the imprint of HarperCollins, or Collins as it was then, that published them. Not all of the novels were under Fontana at that time. And so I don't know exactly how many there are. I've got about 50. I know that there are some titles that were not published, so I can't find those, but there are a couple that I have seen and haven't been able to buy so far. So let me show you the ones that I've got so far, and they are, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. Let me just quickly order them so that I'm not, I'm going to end on a high. I'm going to make sure I end on a high, actually. Let's just sort that out. Is that okay, Gary? What do we think? Gary agrees. Okay, right, here we are. So the first one is my most recent foxtail. They're called foxtails because the G in Agatha is shaped like a foxtail. I've only recently learnt that out and I'm still thrilled. So there we go. This is A Murder is Announced, and this is the death cake that is talked about in it. A Murder is Announced is a Miss Marple mystery. This edition is from 1982. So quite an early one. Again, it's got that magnificent colour and it's got that little bit of blood just there, which I adore. So yeah. So, it's so lovely. And the person, so I get most of these off Vinted or eBay. I have bought some off Etsy as well, but they are normally people are clearing out a collection or something like that, and you get a couple of Agatha Christie's up. I don't think people really like these ones. They are gaining in popularity, but I think the Tom Adams Under the Pan imprint are more popular, whereas this one, I think this one, the Martin Bakers actually do have MB on the cover. This one doesn't have MB, so I don't know if this is a Martin Baker design, but they're just so good. So yeah, so that's my favourite. Yeah, the seller contacted me and said I was just about packaging it up, and I noticed that a page has come out, and so I've stuck it in with craft glue. I hope you don't mind. Do you want to kind of stop it? But I'm like, I'm buying it for £2, so it's phenomenal. I'm so thrilled. So I pay between £1 and £6. I think £6 was the most. Some of them are getting harder to get hold of. This one is quite hard to get hold of, and this is at Bertram's Hotel. And this is a very early edition. So this one, oh, don't touch my neck. That felt like something creeping on me then. This is 1981. It's well worn. They do tend to be well worn. They tend to be discoloured, but none of this bothers me because I'm collecting them for their cover design and for the history that they've got attached to it. And also I'm a complete finisher, so I want to keep the collection going. So this is an unusual one because you normally find the later edition is more readily available. I have actually got 2 copies of this because I bought a bundle and it had another copy in this. So I've actually got 2 copies of this one. So this is the one that I have had for many years, but this is the earlier one. And I was so chuffed and I love it. I love the purple. I love the sinisterness of it. This is very I feel that this is also this is very much connected with the story, whereas that is, oh, I mean, it is because it's about a hotel, so you've got the keys, but this one seems so much better. Tell me, which one do you prefer? I much prefer that one. So yeah, so that's at Bertram's Hotel. So I was so chuffed when I saw that one. Oh, I think I paid like £4 for that or something like this one. This is a glorious one. This is Ordeal by Innocence. This is neither Hercule Poirot or Miss Marple. Although if you have seen the recent production of it, I think that was about, what, 3-4 years ago, a new edition, a new adaptation for the small screen was done, and they had inserted Miss Marple into it, which I just, I didn't mind actually. I thought she fit in well, but so good, so good. So that's Ordeal by Innocence. Sad, no little touch of blood on that one. And there's the black sheep, of course. That's, yeah. Oh, now these 3. I went for these 3 because they're actually quite hard to find, including the top one. However, they were all really strongly smelt of cigarette smoke when we got them. And I got them. So when I was undoing them, I could smell it. And you can tell by the spines. I'm not sure they've been read though, because they're in such good condition apart from the discoloration. So the body in the library, I haven't been able to find an edition of this for sale. It's an early one, early-ish. What is it, 1983? It's such a good cover, but look at the spine. The spine is super discoloured, and there is that discoloration at the top. I wonder whether they've been left. I wonder whether they've been left in a window. That don't look like they've been read. They don't look like they've been read at all, which is stunning. But they are discoloured. Again, discoloured spine. Such a good cover, though. Look at that. That hasn't got barely any discoloration on the front cover, which is what I am really interested in. The spine is a shame, but there's not an awful lot I can do about that. I don't think I am going to be able to get rid of that. I don't think there's anything I can do to get rid of that. But that is such, look at that with the death's head. moth on it and Poirot's little feet. So yeah, so that's an Hercule Poirot. Poirot's added cases. The body in the library is a Miss Marple. So yeah, getting nearly, I think I may have nearly all the Miss Marples now. Parker Pyne investigates. So these are short stories, as in Poirot's. Such a good one, this one. It's got that little bit of blood. That's that little touch of horror that I love. Again, look at that discoloration. But such good condition apart from that. It's such a shame. I've really worked on trying to get rid of the smell, and it's only if you get up close and give it a good old whiff, which nobody's going to do. So yeah. So those are the 3. So these are the last 2 that I've got left. Got the ABC murders. This is a very good Hercule Poirot mystery if you're interested in that. This is, let me tell you what year this is from. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, 1986. A later edition. As it got later, they did tend to get a bit more random with their designs. Has this got the MB on it? Yes, can you see? I think it does have an MB on it. So good, so good. And can you see here, it's got the little MB there for Martin Baker. So the later designs tend to be Martin Baker, and he does actually sign them. And this is one. Oh, so out of this collection, A Murder is Announced, and this one, which is 1984, Endless Night. Oh, and again, this is neither a Poirot nor a Miss Marple, but the last adaptation that I saw for the television, what they had inserted Miss Marple in. And again, I don't actually think there was a problem with that. I think they weaved her very, very well into the story. I didn't think it, I mean, obviously it wasn't canon, but I thought they did very well. This has been well read, but that cover, I just think is glorious. And we have got a little bit of, we've got MB there, Martin Baker. So there we go. Booktube, I just thought you might like that. I thought you might like a cheeky little, oh. So yeah, it's a shame about the 3 that have got the discoloured spines, however. And I probably will carry on looking. I'll keep an eye out for those. And if I can see some cheaply, then I might get them. However, the rest of it, the rest of them, apart from spine, is in such good condition. And there we go. So yeah, tell me, is there any kind of book collections you have? Anything that you would go out of your way and collect? And how much would you spend to complete your collection? I am going to try to not do anything above £10, and I think it's going to be £10 when I really get towards the end, and I'm willing to go for quite a few years, just keeping my eye out on Vinted, which is a resale site, and eBay and Etsy, and I'll just keep my eyes open and try and pick them up. I always check charity shops wherever I go, or secondhand shops. I always keep an eye out. Any kind of bric-a-brac stall or anything like that, I keep an eye out. And yeah, there we go. Really pleased with those. So yeah, hope you like that video, Booktube. Short and sweet. And this has been fun, Booktube. Let's do it again. Bye.